Morning, girls. How are we doing? How are we doing? So this is very impromptu, very last second that I'm kind of showing up here. So I'm sorry that probably didn't give a lot of people time to prepare. However, I had mentioned whilst I was in work, I suddenly stuck up a community tab post or something along those lines that pretty much said Mr. Snowflake has come out and he said, members, we're going to see the shattered reality of Foodie Beauty episode 2. And I thought, okay, usually he does like that, and it's like a day or two later he releases his actual one to the public. However, it looks like he wants to make sure like Miriam gets it as a special birthday present. Sorry, I shouldn't say Miriam anymore. I should say Foodie the Beauty because she is. She's more the beauty than she is the foodie nowadays, I guess, which is obvious to any of us with eyes. Like we see her, we go, hot, gorgeous lady. We all want to be her. We all want to be with her. All of us are jealous of just the usual stuff. So, guys, I thought might as well. I rushed home. I was held on a wee bit from work, which was even worse. And I said, okay, fantastic. He is doing his premiere in about an hour and a half hour, 40 minutes. This thing's an hour and 16 minutes long. We are going to watch this at 1.25 speed. And I talk a lot. I'm going to try and not talk a huge amount, guys. But if we don't get it finished, we will do a special at the weekend where we will finish it off or something along those lines. Because I just want, once his premiere starts off, everyone go across, you all watch it live because Foodie Beauty comes in with 5,000 people or something like that last time. Let's make it 6,000 people this time. I'm going to say hello to everyone first though. Litten Kitten, hello. And yes, I did know that my voice is going to be in episode 2. He did actually ask me about that. So don't worry, you didn't say anything wrong. Manulator, Crystal, Dell, Airbus, Charlotte, Northern Lass, Sussy, Nikki, No Nude, Susan, Sydney, Lisa, Nikki, Crystal again. Fantastic. Okay. I guess we're just going to have to go into it, guys. Unfortunately, if you show up to this, you're not going to get a hello, but you might. Who knows? But we're going to get into this because we are running behind already, guys. Let's go. Ugly Louse just in time. You are. Let's go. Hello, Skylar.
Oh. Chantal Marie. Mariam.
Mr. Cardigan.
Foodie Beauty. She's had a few different names over the years, but for this...
Let me know, by the way, if the audio is good or bad, if I need to put him up or him down, whatever.
I'm just going to stick with Foodie Beauty. She's somebody I've wanted to cover for a while.
Oh, yeah?
I did do 2 episodes.
I'm not playing for the premium bit, guys. You all know I'm cheap.
Episodes of an old Foodie series.
I can't even remember
2
those.
years ago, something like that. But to be honest, I just got bored.
Those are the Mukbang to Madness one because I remember he was covering her, and I remember watching those ages ago because, like I said, he was what got me into Amberlynn Reid. I don't remember the Mukbang to Madness one whatsoever, so we probably should watch that at some point as well. You know, just I'm sure this covers everything, but I'm sure we'll watch that as well at some point because it's an extra catch up.
I thought she was just too boring. And it was just so similar to Amber. Like,
is that Karate Joe in the thumbnail?
Overeat, doing mukbangs, trying to lose weight, failing. I just thought it was dead boring. But I thought, I'll come back to it one day. Maybe when I finish Shaped by the Algorithm, which I've done now. So, okay, we'll finally do Foodie.
I actually feel him here because when I looked at Amber and Foodie, for a long time I thought Amber, super boring, way more boring. Foodie, Foodie's way more interesting during like the whole Natter thing. But that's when I only ever watched like reaction channels because I didn't even watch Amber because I thought she's definitely way too boring. His mugshot, okay, I wasn't sure because I've never seen Cry Joe before because I never did that level of digging, so I didn't know what he actually looked like. But with Foodie, I remember one time sitting down and being like, I'm going to, because like Boogie was boring on my main channel, that Don Irishman, he was boring. And I was like, okay, I'm going to sit there and I will watch Foodie. And I remember she went to like a hotel to try and make Natter jealous or something like that. And it's just like, I remember watching and I watched like 6 hours of her across like 6 days or something like that. Maybe 2 days, honestly, with how much she used to live stream. And I was like, wow, she's really boring. And I actually have an old video tucked away probably somewhere in the archives of my very first reaction to watching Foodie Beauty, and it was like, I don't understand how anyone can watch her as a lol cow. I didn't get it, like, at all, and now my opinion's obviously totally different. I'll have to have a look and see if I have that video still.
There's been lots of people giving me advice on this series. One person said, Amber is the hill to get to the mountain that is Foodie Beauty, which I quite liked.
Climb the guns.
And everybody was telling me that she's crazier than Amber, gets crazier than Amber, and I thought, nah.
I've
seen the Amberverse, I've seen how she mistreats her pets.
Amber's crazy, but she's crazy in like white woman Instagram kind of way. Like Foodie Beauty is like crazy and like would like cut your dick off in your sleep kind of crazy.
Partners, everybody. All the lies. It won't get worse than that. It won't get worse than that, well.
Making a stand for fruitcake.
And if you're like me, or I was a month ago, and you think, nah, there's no way it's going to get worse than the Amberverse. What can happen that makes it crazier?
Yeah.
Well,
well. I have to admit, I do love his editing style. Like, he was also one of the people who got me into Boogie. His when the Mastiffs, he was one of the people who actually got me into like covering Boogie stuff as well. And then I tried to do like docuseries kind of stuff, like whereas like longer form stuff, and my stuff was just honestly like really, really terrible for it. Foodie was one of those ones where it was just confusing to suddenly realize, because you always knew she was a mess, and I always knew that she was a mess, but it was weird to finally realize that she was just like an actual, like, terrible, terrible see you next Tuesday. She genuinely is awful. Oh, the controversial song. Tells you that success comes to those who never stop to rest. Oh, turn you up a wee bit. It's so weird that she got so upset about the song, and it was so clear when you listened to it, because like I didn't like watch like the this is my first time watching this as well, because like I said, I wanted to wait and do a watch along, you know, later on when it came out. Woof woof indeed. Nikki. Oh, so you said would. I just automatically see woof woof and always just think of Salah. But it's so weird that she clearly just didn't pay attention to it. She was in such a blind rage when she was listening to this. She couldn't even focus on it and realize that the song wasn't saying what she was claiming it was. Oh, the beat drops. Let's go. We start with some like innocent childhood photos and we end with this. Pete Snatter and Salah. Ooh. I don't think we get that far into it though, do we? Oh, look at her, our beautiful queen. I honestly, like, I'm not even that interested in BB. Like, BB is just, like, a guy, you know, to me. He's just, like, an unfortunate guy who was stuck, you know, living with her for a green card, a visa, whatever it was. I always feel sorry for BB. He's just, like, some dude. He is the only normal human in any way. And I include, like, most reaction channels as well. He's, like, the only normal human in the whole Chantel Gorlworld universe. Like, Pete's, I'm way more interested in learning about Pete's, because Pete's is, like, genuinely, like, a skinwalker. The one who got away, the one who escaped. BB is the hero of the Chantelverse. She kicked offline for a week? It seems to be, yeah. People's made a reference to that, I've seen. Oh, here we go. Hello, Squid. BB, oh, let's go.
I was born?
I didn't know BB liked them that young.
On March 28th, 1984.
Oh, Merry Christmas.
I weighed 8 pounds, 13 ounces.
Okay.
I'm from Cornwall, Ontario. I have one sister.
This is like the opening shot to the fucking Shining,
the same mother.
isn't it?
I'm close to her.
Isn't it? I haven't seen The Shining in a little while, but is this the opening like driving scene from The Shining? Because I know she's obsessed with The Shining because she is actually like an axe murderer.
And I have two half brothers. We have the same dad, and since I don't really see my dad a lot, I've actually never met these boys.
Well, that's sad.
Which is kind of sad.
Yeah, kind of sad.
It was very taboo for her to be pregnant in high school at her age.
I really wasn't even sure like which one was which there at this point. Ashika, thank you very much for the super chat. Oh my god. I found you like a month ago and I'm obsessed. So glad to catch you live. P.S. Your collection never changed. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. You can get a wee heart for that. I really do appreciate that.
16, so she was in a lot of trouble with that.
Oh god, and then you got cold
My
welfare
mother and I
girl.
were on our own, and she was a single teenage mom. She was 17 when she had me.
I thought she was 18. I thought she was 18 a second ago. Did she just get younger between stories?
Moved away from the family home from her mother and father. We were living with them for a while.
Okay.
She wanted to move out on her own and do it on her own. And my father...
Well, your mom sounds like really stupid. Like, if she had... like, first she was 18 when she had you, then she was 17 when she had you, and her decision was, I'll strike out on my own as well. Like, if you were a cold welfare girl, I have no sympathy for you because your mom sounds really fucking stupid. If she decided to get away from her, like, apparently supportive parents who are allowing her to live there and move out to live by herself as a single mother.
My father was an alcoholic, so she left him and didn't let him around me for a long time.
Can you imagine how much food she's eating to commentate for not being able to rage online? Oh my god. Well, she can still do community tab posts and stuff like that. It'll just be like live streams she's probably like banned from. Pete!
Until he sobered
Intruder,
up.
guys.
We were on welfare, and but I remember her always.
How long is that going to go on
close
for?
To one another.
That is going on forever. Why are you going on forever?
Oh no.
What was that? Jesus. Okay. I think it should be a done.
Oh, no.
What the hell? She's going forever. Oh, it's broken.
No.
Sorry, 1 sec. I will see if I can get that done with. 1 second, guys. I will mute that. I don't know what happened with that. That's usually works absolutely fine. But yeah, no, for some reason she's stuck in a cycle here. Sorry. 1 second, guys. Sorry, guys. I am just going through here. And I've got a mute in the background for hopefully you guys still aren't hearing it. I know, Goobs, I am the worst person in the entire world at, like, everything I do. But I'm going through it. I'm just trying to get it muted here. Because it's still playing on my end. Actually, I think I might know one way to do it. There you go. No, it's still... Jesus Christ. It's still going. I've deleted off the... Oh, sorry, guys. I am trying to get this sorted here. I wasn't expecting this to go at all. I'll play this actually in the background whilst I'm getting this sorted here in the background. Because I can still hear her going Pete's in the background. Well, gotta love yourself. I just suddenly realized that you guys probably weren't even hearing her, like, when that was going. I have no idea why, but it is just stuck in a constant loop here. I am... 1 second, guys. This is bizarre. Okay, that should be done? No? No? Okay, guys. Give me 1 second here. Okay, there we go. Working better now. Okay, so I'm back. I guess we're just going to go straight into it again here, guys. So I have no idea why. Foodie Beauty, she hacked the system. She somehow got into my computer and repeatedly was telling me that there was an intruder. So I guess it's now working. Let's go. Jesus. Why? The one time I'm in a rush.
When I was in school.
There we go.
Something very cruel.
Let's call her Well-Filled Girl together. Make ourselves feel better. Also, Crystal, thank you very much. This is I found you relatively recently, and your videos are my favorite thing to listen to when I go for walks. Thanks for the last hugs for you pets. Thank you very much. Well, unfortunately, you're not going to get a pop-up because I had to disable all of my super chat pop-ups because we got haunted by Foodie Beauty. I do apologize.
It's so humiliating.
I did check for intruders. Don't worry. Whilst I was muted there, I went and checked just to be
I'll ever
safe.
be ready to talk about it. I've never told anybody about it.
Oh my god, what happened? I'm so surprised.
I think that's partly why I have so much hatred towards humanity.
Jesus. Oh my god, she's so emo.
Towards people.
Yeah, what is the horrible thing? Have we ever heard that? I have never heard this coming through, like, whatsoever before. But, like, that is, like, the most, like, what age was she when she said that? Because it was, like, you know, during her YouTube time. So I'm assuming she wasn't, like, 15. That is, like, a 14-year-old saying something like that. Like, pure edgelord. She was denied an extra serving of mashed potatoes. Exactly.
There, if you believe her. It sounded like she grew up very poor.
Yep. Welfare girl.
An alcoholic dad who wasn't really around.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
To be fair, well, if he was an alcoholic dad, you probably wouldn't want him around. So, are we going to... That's why it sounds like really, really, really mean. Okay, he's an alcoholic dad. Is it better or worse that he's not here?
But it sounded like she was at least loved by a mother and a grandmother. And she may not have known who her brothers were, but she would end up getting herself a little sister.
It sounded
like 11 years younger than her, Natalie, on that.
And also a washing machine.
I watched as many videos as I could about Foodie's childhood to get all the information. And the one thing she brought up every single time, more than anything else, was food.
Yes, well,
I don't remember.
He is a beauty and a foodie.
Too much about my childhood, but I know that whenever I was spoiled a lot by my grandparents and my grandmother on my.
I had an alcoholic dad, would have run out. Had him, bad dad, gone is better than bad dad. That's kind of how I'm feeling like. So I'm just going to say, foodie, like she has to pick one. She didn't have a dad. Or her dad was alcoholic. I feel like she can't, like, go for both, like, at the same time. And we all know that is more than likely where we're getting, like, the daddy issues from. And that's why she wants, like, dominant men to control her, like Salah apparently does.
My dad's side would babysit me a lot. My mom would be working or whatever after school. I just remember the food she made me. That's all that I remember in that comforting
I heard.
Going to her house.
I'll have to watch it.
Sitting on the stove, smoking, and making her sweet and sour meatballs.
Oh my god, it's that way. She... Why do you always like it is just always just suddenly referencing her. Maybe that's why she hates FFG so much. Maybe she thinks FFG is her mom. Maybe she has like mommy issues as well as daddy issues, and she thinks FFG is her mom, and she's going to like, I don't know, replace maybe oh my god, I've cracked it, guys. She hasn't she's mentioned smoking. She's obsessed with FFG smoking, so obviously mommy issues to do with that. But anytime FFG ever tries to move away from her and starts to talk about like a different lol cow, or was reacting to those like weird people who went camping or whatever the fuck that was, I didn't really follow the storyline too closely. Like, she contacts the people, or she gets upset, and she tries to like stick up for the people or distract Foodie, FFG away from talking about them. That is just like Foodie with her little sister. She was like, oh my god, my mom is giving all of her attention to this little girl here. Foodie's exactly like that with FFG and other lol cows. She hates FFG giving other lol cows attention. We've cracked it. FFG, you're secretly Foodie Beauty's mom.
She made chicken nuggets with this
cooking
like
right now.
sauce. I remember loving that. These magic moment vanilla puddings and butterscotch puddings. Oh my gosh, those were good. And she would give me some, and then I would ask for more, so she would give me more.
Well, maybe she shouldn't have given you more. Maybe she shouldn't have given you more. Maybe your mom's more at fault here than your dad was for not being there.
I would ask for more until she yelled at me, and she would say, "C'est assez là," you know, like in French, like that's enough.
What?
My grandmother,
okay, fantastic.
she let me just come over and just raid her cupboards. I would just the first thing I would do is go to
grandma's
her cupboard,
pretty bad too.
find snacks, and I think just eating snacks at her place all day long. You know, it would just be food was just involved in my life every single day. It's something.
What age was she here? Because she was already like a pretty head. Because like Amber's very open about talking about. Amber's very open about saying when I was 12 I binge ate, and when I was 16 I weighed 400 pounds, whatever that is. I've never really heard Chantel ever like list at this age I was this weight, because I'm pretty bad at telling, especially when she dresses like, you know, I don't know, like an 80s mom. Like, so I'm really not sure like what age she is here, but she's already pretty chunky, you know?
Realize not
is she blaming her mom here? She blames her mom for everything, I think. That's why she hits women.
Listening to her there, yeah, she admits she was a spoiled kid.
Go on, Mr. Cardigan.
That usually ends well that. And she would admit later that she had a problem with food.
Yep.
And that problem would follow her through her entire YouTube career.
Yep. Well, pretty much her entire life.
Foodie began her channel back in 2016. And to me, it seemed like just another YouTube channel.
Okay, I have to admit, I'm on record for saying I hate those like talon nails already. Is this better or worse than the hijab? Like, because we all know that she's wearing the hijab to hide like everything but like this. Everything but like this little bit here. Is this better or worse? Because I'm going to say, I feel like this is just worse. Like, she just looks way rougher here.
Channel at first. I couldn't see
anything of what was Smee. I knew it. I was right.
Video tutorial.
Hello, Gilly Witchy.
A tutorial on a no makeup look.
She would do makeup tutorials, fashion.
Oh, she's ghostly white.
Jeggings, okay?
Oh, beautiful.
Nice and flowy. Fits me.
Talk about her life.
Oh, I wanted to see the side picture.
Cats, all normal stuff.
Hello, cats.
You can't get much more normal than cats on the internet.
They're gonna see.
She used to suck food scum from the back of those nails. You know what? They're like grease traps is what I wanted to think about here on a lovely Thursday night.
Sam.
The talents are horrific. They're terrible.
See what you do, Sam.
Hello, Sam, the one I didn't abuse. I mean, the one I love. I mean, the big boy.
What do you do, Sam?
What are you doing, big boy?
You disrupted our cuddle session, BBJ. Are you gonna tell me?
You girl, you bitch. Hey, Lisa.
You're a pretty girl.
She walked right one fuck away
the channel
from you.
wasn't exactly setting the world alight. She only really began to get...
She really should have just, like, she should have gone ham. That should have been her mukbang going. She should have made the nails even bigger and made them all spoons. She should have made the nails big and rounded at the end and used them as spoons as her gimmick for her mukbang. Or make, like, one nail like a fork ending and one nail like a knife ending. And she should have just worked away like that.
Yeah, noticed when she did her first mukbang. And
yes.
Like any good YouTuber, once she found something that got her views, she did more and more.
See, that's a bow type pasta I was talking about. That is just like a solid old, just entire chili by itself. Oh, look at our dainty queen. She looks like a French actress from the 1930s. Beautiful makeup. What a look.
What made you start a YouTube? Well, I like to hear myself talk.
Never noticed.
I
Same, I guess.
Something a friend told me a long time ago when we were at a party.
At least you done lap. Thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Fortunately, it's not going to be any noise because Foodie Beauty if you weren't here earlier, she invaded my house, and there was indeed an intruder, and it was her. She was the ghost in the machine. she was the ghost in my shell.
Said, I think I was like 16, and he told me, you should have your own show.
She doesn't even wash her hands. I know, Brianna. Well, that's where the flavor is stored. It's because she can have a wee suckle on her pinky, and she's like, chicken mac boost from 3 days ago. I remember that meal well.
So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna create a channel. I'm gonna call it the Chantal Show, and I'm just gonna do whatever the hell I want. And if people like me for my personality and they want to watch me, that's great. You know,
famous last words.
Nothing. I mean, no hard feelings. You know. I like people paying.
Whoa! The fuck happened to her here? Why do you look so bad? Whoa! We suddenly went from like a solid 3.5 to a 1.0. Damn. Why did she age 50 years? What the fuck happened to this one? Was this like... her face is longer. Did she have the wrong filter installed and it give her like horse face? Because she got like a big old long face now.
Attention to me.
What the hell?
I like having people's attention. I figured that out.
You always have my attention. Like. You're my queen.
Being massively overweight like she was, mukbangs.
That's mean, Mr.
Didn't
Cardigan.
sound like the best idea, but there was an audience for it. It's why Amberlynn Reid did them.
Oh, at a girl, a hungry fat chick. For anyone who like when I was away there on holiday, I recorded a whole bunch of stuff in advance. Hungry fat chick was met not even once. I dare you. Hungry fat chick was one of the ones I actually made a video for, but I couldn't. I was watching it and it was like her doing like a Harry Potter triple pizza mukbang or something like that, saying her friends were at a Halloween party and she was like celebrating by herself because she didn't feel like going, and it was like it was genuinely depressing, and she was not like showing me anything enough to say she's a bad enough person where I was like, oh, it's okay, I feel okay just to like kind of dump on her a wee bit and take the piss and everything like that. So I wasn't really feeling it like at all. So yeah, fortunately I just ended up scrapping that episode.
Hungry fat chick, Nikocado avocado.
Okay, I didn't do any Nicocados. Oh, Life by Jen.
All those people mentioned there clearly had issues with food.
No, not in pepperoni. That's even bad for you. That's not keto.
Realizing, she had a massive problem with food as well.
Drank a whole gravy. Like, I got gravy and I drank it. Like, it was
a girl.
Juice. Like,
what a queen.
She did seem quite normal at this stage. She seemed quite nice. Well, she seemed alright.
So, I have to do something right now. I have to take an elevator, and I'm deathly afraid of elevators. I hate elevators. She has a bad cold, and I have to go up there, and I have to help her, so I have to be brave. So...
to be so brave and go in an elevator. I don't know. For me, like that would be like the biggest inspiration to like lose weight if I can't even go up elevators, and I'm also too fat to also use stairs. I'm Chekhov's, no, not Chekhov's cat. What is it? Chekhov's cat? Smirnoff's cat? We're gonna go Smirnoff's Ice's cat. Smirnoff Ice, Vanilla Ice's cat, where it's like, well, I can't use the elevator, and I also can't take stairs, so I'm kind of doubly fucked here. Will you link your main channel? I'm interested in watching big content, but it's not listed in the info. I'll link it afterwards. I'll stick it in the connection afterwards. Just that darn Irishman if you search for it. Schrodinger's cat. Thank you very much. Vanilla Ice's cat is my preferred version of the story, but yeah, it's Schrodinger's cat.
I remember that the last time. Years ago when I made a video on it, I thought, seems alright, seems fine.
Right after her date with Salah. Beautiful look.
Big fan of people stuffing the face with food.
Heroes, attaboy.
At this point.
I hated that little table.
She did some singing videos.
She still does.
We're going to listen to.
Oh, yeah. I haven't listened to the CPAP rap yet. And I also haven't listened to the Madonna ones because I've been busier than I thought it would be when I came back, so I haven't really caught up as fast as I thought I was going to. But yeah, we haven't got through the CPAP rap or the Madonna songs. Goober, Madonna? That's her Madonna rendition? Wow, wow. There you go, dude. Doesn't she sound like Madonna? I bet she sounds more like Madonna than fucking Chantal did.
I'm gonna stop being a boomer.
You're a good girl. Good girl. You whipping up? Oh, you coming now? Oh, beautiful. Oh.
Knock, knock,
knocking on heaven's door.
We've also got...
Oh. Oh, I don't know this one as well, sorry. Get your lighters out, guys, in the air!
By the king himself, not Michael B. Petty. Elvis Presley, take it away.
Oh my god, fantastic. Oh. But a hound dog, howling all the time. Goober, join in! Nothing but a hound dog, howling all the time. He ain't never gonna run and you ain't no friend of mine.
Sorry, I was gonna...
Sorry, Goober actually didn't join in. You want to sing now? Well, that was really half-assed. Come on. Hound dog, we had the perfect time. People keep asking what breed she is. She's like a husky mix. She's like bigger than a husky. She's not actually a hound dog.
Pretend to like that, I can't. She's ruined it. She's ruined the whole episode.
Oh, God damn it,
Done.
Mr. Cardigan.
Finished.
Ooh, I like this.
No,
It's a bop.
honestly not.
Oh, never mind. We're done.
We should be fine to continue, as long as she doesn't do anything worse than that.
Fantastic.
Video after video, we would see Foodie eating away there.
Okay.
And every now and again, we would catch a glimpse, or hear, somebody else there with her in the
Oh,
apartment.
BB, the king.
Hi, babe.
Alright. BB was such a king because of how little of shit he gave away everything to do with her. Alright.
Hey. We've been together for, it's going to be 6 years in April, I believe. We met on a dating website
That is the face of I've spent 6 years with Chantel.
called Plenty of Fish. I'm sure you guys are familiar.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Really?
I'd like to...
Now you're over here singing. What's the matter with you? We're trying to get through this video expediently.
Doubt, you know? I
Good girl.
didn't catch one of those pervy guys.
Plenty of fish. But whales aren't fish, they're mammals. Obvious joke.
Do you have plans to marry in the future?
Oh.
Yes.
Foodie
Yeah.
lived with a boyfriend.
Aye. Who
BB,
planned that? You're
and
him.
lived together in a very small apartment. So when she was doing her mukbang videos, she
Outstanding.
didn't really have anywhere to hide.
Yes.
So thankfully, though,
Hide.
she didn't mind sharing the apartment with him.
So I'm excited to try this. I'm sorry for the loud noise in the background.
Oh my god, she is actually such a bitch. Like, I know, because I haven't watched a lot of these, because, like, most of these are new before I ever, like, went back for him. But, like, damn, she is a bitch. Because I know recently she was just like, didn't even have the decency to turn down the TV when I'm trying to make money for them. And this is back when she, like, literally made no money whatsoever. Teo ZBH, here for the sauce, bring it on. Thank you very much for the super chat, do appreciate it.
The TV.
The TV,
Okay, guys, I'm back.
the
Sorry about the
bastard.
noise. BB's watching a movie that involves
What?
some kind of giant spider monster creature chasing somebody for about an hour now straight.
Well, that's not even close to narrow it down. Goober, you don't even know what movie it is. You don't know what movie it is! That wasn't a good enough description! You have no idea what it was. It was not Arachnoquake. It was not Arachnoquake! She's lying to you. Stop it!
I'm today, I'm not gonna lie. That's just,
Could have been Ice Spiders. Ice Spiders is genuinely a very fun movie.
I'm a person sometimes, okay?
You're a bitch?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I've caught on. I've caught on at this
Short- I don't know,
point.
just one of those
Thanks,
understanding
Chins.
Just a bit of everything is irritating, you know? Like, how am I supposed to film a video?
I don't know. Fuck a way off. Film it in your car. You seem to be able to film in your car sometimes. Get into your cupboard. Oh, wait, you can't fit in your cupboard. That sounds like a you problem.
BB would even appear.
Eight-legged freaks? That's lots of spiders, though, chasing people. But that is kind of a whole movie kind of dealio. Maybe it was like, what was the classic one? Tarantula? Clint Eastwood's first movie? Maybe it was Tarantula. Maybe BB really just going for the classics. He liked the old black and white movie.
Foodie's video.
Goober, you're just in the kitchen shouting at the boys now. What do you want from me? She is talkative tonight.
And he always looked dead comfortable being there.
Oh, he loved
My
being
boyfriend,
there.
everybody. And he's gonna do my makeup as requested, and he really hates me right now for this. So
The one time BB has ever smiled on camera, and it was a statement, he hates me. oh, BB, you absolute fucking king. Oh my god.
where I've done YouTube.
I remember
videos.
this one.
I've had a YouTube account for a while, but mostly like a lot of you. But
he just gets up and he just fucks away off. And it's just like, nah, bro, I'm good. I didn't agree to this. That's amazing.
Hi.
Good girl, Goops. Oh my god, they actually
No,
kissed for
obviously,
once.
He didn't look comfortable. I was just
Oh my god, that's so
I just felt a
passionate.
bit sorry for him. Every time she was putting a camera on us, he just looked uncomfortable.
He did,
He
yeah.
just seemed like a normal guy.
He was just a
Well,
normal human.
Far
And I say normal human because he was like the only human in this entire story.
on each other. We have
Whoa, whoa,
actually
whoa.
farted on each other.
What are you running around circles for?
I find that funny. He farted on my cat one time. Not very nice.
Now she may have wanted to marry.
I guarantee it was actually her who fired on her cat, and she still somehow, in her head, she warped it to be like, I bet BB did that, because she can't blame herself for fucking anything. People speculated he was with her for the green card, not Canadian, so I'm not sure. I'm really not sure how that works. I make jokes about that kind of stuff all the time, but I'm really not sure. Goober, do you need to take a shit? Goober just telling me she needs to take a shit. I'm going to mute here, but I'm going to... but I'm still going to be listening.
BB, but there seemed to be a time limit on their relationship.
Do you and your boyfriend want kids? My boyfriend wants lots of kids. I generally say I do, but sometimes I don't. Sometimes I really don't want kids. I don't think that I have the patience for it. I don't think that I'm...
Well, to be fair, you fucking abused your cat, so you probably would abuse your kids too. Also, Goober, she fucking lied to me! Why did you lie to me? I took her to the back door, I opened the back door, she just stared at me and then turned and ran like fucking the other direction. She is what I like to call a bitch.
I don't think I can be selfless enough.
I have no idea, like, what he wanted or what he saw in Chantal, because very clearly, he absolutely despised her. So I have no idea. I don't know how the citizenship worked or anything like that. He had citizenship, he didn't either, Lisa. Yeah, I wasn't around for that part. I'm also not Canadian, so I have no idea whatsoever. But, like, why? Like, just, like, why? Just, like, why, in general, why would you be with her? Like, what could she possibly offer you?
Sometimes, and if we have to break up one day, I know that's really horrible to say because we don't want the same things in life, then I guess that will happen. I mean, that's part of life.
It did happen. He wanted that woman who was definitely his sister. Wink! Definitely his sister, guys. You definitely moved in as his sister, guys. She just moved herself on with
as
BB.
Well as BB.
I was too fat to evict. Maybe that's why she didn't go out and film like in her car that often when it was with BB, because he knew he would just lock the door behind her and she couldn't get back in again.
Main character, who would appear in quite a few other videos.
BB's a champion.
Ex-lover and now friend.
Oh no.
James, better known as Pete's.
Yeah! Yeah, look at him go!
You're so vain, you probably think this comment is about you.
Oh my god, and for you, Pete, it probably fucking is. He is just... Oh my god, he's just such a creature. Like, my whole introduction to the Chantal verse was Pete's, because Pete's was just the worst thing that has ever existed, literally ever. And I'm sticking to my guns. I will start watching Pete's again, and maybe like reacting to her, or summing up his videos, or something like that, if he ever puts more than one fucking coat in the cupboard behind him.
It is.
Look at him go!
I don't know how I put up with people.
Champion.
Oh no. You said I have nice boobs, so.
Oh, but
no, you don't. That's the thing. You have fat woman boobs. You don't have nice boobs.
Boobs are nice boobs.
I disagree, Pete.
I'm gonna move this for you guys.
Wow.
That's fine.
I was stabbing himself. The only time I actually see Pete being happy is one, if he's talking about like 17-year-old lesbians in X-Men, or actually when he's interacting with Chantal. He is the weirdest person I've ever experienced.
Don't think that bad. Like, I'm not a chubby chaser. It's just the chubbies chase me.
What section is this?
This is the Great Depression.
Wow.
It's also what I call my sex life.
What's his name?
God damn it, Pete, you fuck! I had a feeling I was going to make the joke about Pete's, and then he started. I was like, he's gonna do it. I'm not gonna have it once again be where I make a joke and 1 second later they use my fucking joke and then I look stupid.
They don't give the turkeys names.
My little pudding make him happy. He does. Fluttershy makes him very happy.
Horrible.
The pair did use the date.
The longing look, the unbroken. He. This is like, isn't this like the perfect marathon right now? Where when they're recording, Salah is always staring into the camera and always just looking at himself in the viewfinder, whilst like Chantal is always just staring at Salah. This is just like the bizarro world where Pete is always staring at Chantal and Chantal is always looking at herself in the viewfinder.
And even lived together. And at one point were engaged as well.
Yes.
But now they were just friends.
Best friends.
I'm so glad they stayed friends because now we get to know Pete's exists in the world. I don't know what it is. There's just something about him that I really, really like.
Oh, don't lie to me. Oh my god, it's actually kind of somewhat uncanny. Do you think he has Fluttershy in a jar? He definitely has Fluttershy in a jar. He's gone through all the other ponies and he has just worked his way. Fluttershy is the last one left that hasn't been fucking drowned. Pete's is like kind of sums up like everyone around Foodie Beauty, because everyone around Foodie Beauty somehow ends up with a YouTube career apart from BB. Like I said, he's the only normal person. Everyone else like ends up with like even like that S-Jam person who is like some weird drunk driver fucking loser in life who was like stalking Chantal at one point apparently. That everyone around Chantal ends up with a YouTube career and is always just like the fucking biggest parade of losers.
Who knows? Who knows?
Myself included, obviously. Oh.
So that's Foodie Beauty.
Here's the drama.
That's the world she lives in. That's the characters that inhabit her world. All sounds pretty normal.
Yeah.
Give me a minute.
I have to say, even her relationship with Pete, I'm going to say, even that just doesn't feel normal. And her interactions with BB, even that doesn't feel normal. Like, long before she got, like, mental, she still wasn't even normal. Chrissy, thank you very much for the super chat. Thank you for, to use a Spud Bub, doing a live for my birthday. Oh, well, happy birthday to Christy. Obviously, you're the second most important woman in my life right now. After my queen, Miriam the Revert, Foodie the Beauty, who is obviously the birthday girl today, who we're all here to celebrate. And I'm sure there's going to be 6,000, 7,000 people celebrating her birthday together in probably about 50 or so minutes.
At this stage of the research, I thought she isn't too dissimilar to Amber. Mundane videos.
Yeah, she's very similar to Amber at this point, yeah.
Eating on camera. I did notice one slight difference straight away, though.
Farting?
She seemed ever so slightly grosser.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be farting. Oh.
Sorry. I'm eating my cheat day.
Oh my god.
And I'm doing
that one had a fucking accent.
It's not because I really want it and I'm really hungry.
I clogged the toilet. I felt like a little bit of a, a pain, like a nag.
Oh god, this is the fucking Pringles one, isn't it? She looks like Divine. What was it? What, Divine? Those are pink flamingos, was it? She looks like fucking Divine here.
Pain down in my roll somewhere.
It did have an accent.
I went searching and there was a Pringles cap stuck somewhere in my roll.
Atta girl.
Probably was there for like 12 hours.
Like I said, Salah is jealous. Salah likes farts. He likes smelly stuff. We were all wrong about Salah. Salah wants to be a Pringles cap. He wants to be stuck deep in her folds, having to endure the stank. That's it. Divine the drag queen, yeah.
She was slightly grosser than Amber.
Don't do Divine dirty like that. Divine ate dog shit on camera. I don't really think I can do Divine dirty. Divine enjoys being done dirty.
And she was absolutely minging compared to her.
She was
minging. Way grosser. At least when Amber farts, she has the decency to blame it on gunshots.
I put take it. I just heard a gunshot. Did you guys hear that?
What? Just a totally different league.
I've never seen that before. At least blame it on a chair creaking or something like that. What the fuck does she think a gunshot sounds like?
I had been drinking by myself, bad idea. And I decided to go
a very rare live.
And I had been talking to this guy.
Oh my
god! He was like, we're looking for another girl to fool around with.
Oh, this is the shit and vomit story where Foodie in no way sees herself as doing anything wrong.
We want to try having a threesome.
I've never seen that before, Megan.
Because I was like, hey, it's probably so annoying. So they were the girlfriend was just kind of like from the get go. The girlfriend.
At least I have Goobs. Goobs, I can blame you for literally anything that goes on behind this camera, can't I? Yeah. Oh, I'm not falling for it a second time. I'm not stupid. I'm not falling for it again. I'm not following you. Hey, go shout at the cats. They might give a shit.
I don't know what her problem was.
You good girl.
If she either wasn't attracted to me, or she didn't like me, and she was jealous. You know what I mean? Because the whole night she was like,
Why do they all have this weird opinion? It's like, oh, must be jealous of me. Foodie, that's it. The woman who's already with the man, she was jealous of the 450-pound drunk woman who fucking stumbled her way out of the taxi and then shit herself. She was just so jealous. She was worried you were going to steal her man for good that day.
Looking at me like she didn't pay attention to me. She would just give me dirty looks. The guy, I kind of got the same vibe. Like he was kind of just like, almost like he was going along.
Was he also jealous of you? Was he also like, damn, she's hot, she's going to steal my girlfriend?
With what she wanted. Couples are annoying when it comes to threesomes. Like either you want to do it or you don't.
Yeah,
wow,
no shit.
I wonder why they went into her.
I go in the room. And I'm like, do you mind if I get in bed with you guys? So I get in bed. And the girl like kind of just shrinks away. And then after a few minutes, she's like, I think I'm just going to go to bed. So I'm like, okay. She's like, do you mind hitting the light when you leave the room?
That is like the coldest way to say don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way. Aren't you fuck bitch?
Paid $120 for you to get here. And you're acting like a total... Like, what's your problem?
You were clearly the problem.
And then the guy was like, yeah, I think I'm just gonna go to bed. Sorry, we're just really tired,
The threesome story, or the non-threesome story, isn't what I find disgusting about this. People can be into whatever they want, they can be into poop for all I care. We call that foreshadowing. No, that's not the disgusting part. The next bit is the disgusting part.
For the shit.
I woke up early the next morning, naturally.
We call that foreshadowing. I can't wait till you just I hope... Snowflake, if you're watching this, I hope that you do a dramatic reading yourself of the text. You have to do them. You have to, I don't know, you can do the Mickey Mouse woof woof sing song thing as well. You have to get a dramatic reading your two in. Come on, those are the best bits.
I woke up to the feeling of having to be sick.
Oh.
So I ran like through the little hall, and it was a small bathroom apartment. So there
Is he having like distant farting sounds in the background whilst this thing's like wobbling away?
Their bedroom was right there beside the bathroom. I'm like, they're gonna hear
He
it.
is. It's the farting away in the background.
Get on my knees, start doing my thing. And
What a girl. What a queen.
This is Girls, guys. So
that toilet, that would have been beneficial for her. Well, she probably wouldn't have been able to fit onto it because it is kind of close to that cabinet. But she could have sat on it, shitting whilst throwing up into the sink at the same time. Yeah, I know that I have a cameo in episode 2. Yes, he asked if he could use a clip for me, and I said, yeah, obviously, like, I have no issue with that. I'm a reaction channel. It'd be weird if I was like, no, you're not allowed to use my clips anywhere. That'd be really weird if I was always like, yeah, obviously, make go work away.
I know how to screw it on. And a G-string. The barf goes projectile all over the wall. The poop goes all over their floor. Nope.
So did you because she makes it sound like the poop snuck up on her. Like, kind of like a Christmas there where poop suddenly snuck up on her and ruined her life. Like, where was the skirt in this story? Had you already hiked it up? Like, did you know it was coming? You're just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna hike it up and I don't care if it hits the fucking wall.
Towels, no paper towel anywhere in the bathroom, no toilet paper.
I don't believe
I took my G-string off.
She took some of her G-string off. Some of it was just molded to her. It was never coming off. It's still down there to this day.
Cleaned up with some socks and some clothes I had in my bag, and I smelled bad.
No.
A very
Not you, Miriam. You've never smelled bad before in your entire life. This is what I was talking about. When she retold that story recently, she specifically made a point that the plumbing wasn't working, and that's what the problem was, is that there was no water. She couldn't flush the toilet. So she's like, that's why I say, when you're lying about something that we have already seen you talk about, it just makes you look fucking stupid.
Lady, I think we can all agree there. No, obviously not.
Need a potato cardigan collab. I should get a little cardigan for my potato. Oh, I should have done that. If I wasn't so rushing to get this done, I should have got a little cardigan and put it on my potato. We'll do that for episode 2, guys.
Look, when I announced I was doing this series, she obviously wasn't very happy with me.
First off, a documentary is supposed to be educational. There's nothing educational about me.
You cannot tell me.
It's like a horror story. She's actually the horror story I would recommend to anyone that I was going to... If I ever make a documentary of things I learned whilst traveling to Japan and it's the same thing you could actually learn from Foodie, and if I'd actually watched this first, maybe I would have learned it, is always take your own toilet roll to Japan, because Japan has amazing toilets. You look forward to shitting when you're in Japan because it has fantastic toilets. However, the Japanese toilet paper is all single ply, the weakest toilet paper. I would highly recommend, because I'm going to do it next time, is take your own double ply toilet paper or something like that in Japan. And Foodie should have learned that lesson. She is educational. She needs to take her own toilet paper everywhere in case she randomly just shits herself.
Series documentary isn't educational. I've learned that there's somebody grosser than Amberlynn Reid out there.
Jacket potato, that's a good one.
Mr Snowflake. We've all gotten drunk before and made a fool of ourselves.
Yep, we have, indeed.
Yeah, that's fine, we all have.
Certainly.
But have we all had sex with a random homeless man who stunk? Because we were horny. Horny. Because we were horny after leaving a club.
You horny fuck. You horny fuck.
He wasn't too scruffy looking, but he was kind of scruffy, We did it.
It sounds like she's describing Pete. He wasn't too scruffy looking, but he was scruffy. That's literally Pete. She clearly has a type.
Raw. Near the harbor. He didn't smell too homeless, it smelled a little bit like malt vinegar, but...
If Foodie Beauty isn't it?
We literally just gave him a story where she vomited everywhere whilst also shedding herself in a G-string. So I'm assuming it went out both sides. It sprayed it like a fucking sprinkler going out in both directions at once from her butthole. But no, the homeless guy, he smelled a wee bit, guys. I was stupid.
The definition of class.
Is Japan very expensive? I'd love to go. The most expensive thing with Japan was the flights. Hotels, I generally, because I don't spend a lot of time in hotels, so my hotels are very cheap this time, especially. But yeah, it wasn't really that expensive. The trains are very cheap, the food, it really depends where you go. If you go to a tourist trap place, it's going to be a lot more expensive. But Japan is cheap right now. I got the yen when the yen was really low, and it's even gone a little bit higher. I think it was £1 to 190 yen when I bought. It's 191 yen now. The yen has actually gotten even weaker now. So Japan is great, and it's pretty strong to go to right now because it is cheaper.
I don't know what is. I don't want to know what class is if it isn't a...
That wasn't me. That was on the documentary, guys.
I'm not
just
the
so
biggest
you know.
fan, like I say, of watching people stuff their face with food and munching away.
Same.
You wouldn't know that by the history of videos I've done before.
So, yeah,
but I feel even if they're just... It's when they're talking. Even if it's a boring story, or if it's a story about pooping up.
It's like a sin or something like that. I feel him entirely because I hate listening, especially ASMR. And these new earphones that I got for Christmas are like amazing, but it makes everything sound so much worse, and it's right in your ear, and it's gross. And then you're trying to go back and edit it, so you have to listen to it twice basically. And then you're trying to cut around it to try and make coherent sentences without making you guys listen to it so much. I was like, it's so bad. Oh, Ninja Cat, thank you so much for the super chat. Respect to those that smell. Respect to my malt vinegar brothers. Very nice.
Malt and cleaning it up with socks.
Thank you very much for the super chat. I really appreciate it.
Watching people eat and talk.
No.
But she loved it. She loved the food. It got her the attention she wanted.
She really loved the food.
But she was always changing her mind about a lifestyle.
Yep.
On the days that I don't do mukbangs, I'm gonna eat very little, and whatever I eat is gonna be healthy. And
dude, like compared to what she eats nowadays, this is a tiny ass mukbang compared to her double fisting that teriyaki Subway. This is small.
I'm gonna be starting a workout routine.
Smelling homeless is an
Get my
upgrade.
ass in shape.
Well, yeah, because most homeless people probably still have some form of dignity with themselves, where they probably wouldn't shit themselves whilst also throwing up on themselves.
Whenever there's an overweight mukbanger telling me...
Carly, you're right, they're great.
Whilst stuffing the face, I think, no, you won't. Or when they say, my diet starts Monday.
Yep.
It's not going to, is it?
My water fast starts tomorrow.
Are from 2017, 18, 19, about then. And I'm making this series in 2024. Spoilers, she's lost no weight. Yep. I could make another series in 2028. And if she's still alive, she won't have lost any weight then. And
I wonder if that hits home for her, hearing someone say that, because it is like so incredibly true and accurate if she's still alive in 2028. I wonder if that hits home at all for her, or does she like immediately just get imbued with like actual life energy because she's like, I'm gonna prove him fucking wrong, Mr. Cardigan. I'm gonna outlive you.
Yeah, an overweight mukbanger struggling to lose weight isn't anything new, especially for this channel. Having them lie to the audience, that's nothing new as well.
Oh yeah.
So I haven't been completely honest with you guys.
Oh, no.
I've been hiding some binges.
I've been hiding my fourth, okay, and my fifth chin. Okay, you got the secret out of me. They're tucked underneath. It's why I wear high-collared tops nowadays.
I did have
Barcelona, Rome, Paris. Very nice.
They're a lie there. That's
I've only
all her.
Paris and Rome. I've never been to Barcelona. Barcelona sounds nice, but Rome, Rome especially. Paris is like okay. I wasn't blown away by it. Right, Rome, I love Rome so much, but my recommendation is go at the start of the year, go at the end of the year, because if you go during summer, it is so fucking hot.
The words.
You know, addicts are liars. Addicts are liars, manipulators.
I've not called her a manipulator again. That's all her.
I have.
I'm really angry that I was so weak.
That again, so
I've
much
not called her
cheese.
Weak. They're her words. There is a bit of self-awareness there. She knows that she's a weak, manipulating liar.
Welcome, Sneaky.
So this is gonna be a video of me.
She looks like Divine. Okay, I don't care if people think I'm doing Divine dirty. She looks like Divine. However, Divine, infinitely more fuckable.
Owning some
cheese.
Lies.
I feel like I need to kind of admit to something that
so
I have lied about.
Can you see why at this stage I thought her and Amber were basically the same person?
Yes.
They're almost...
Oh yeah, also for people, because like I think it's one guy in particular who keeps asking, is my beard better or worse than like his or like Jimmy Bunkers or anything like that? Well, Jimmy Bunkers is kind of unkempt from what I've seen off it. Mine is like it's longer than his right now, but usually I keep mine kind of at that stubbly stage as well. So right now mine's kind of like a mixture between Jimmy Bunker and Snowflakes. I think Snowflakes is better because I do like the shaven down look. But like, I don't know, I really haven't been focusing on keeping mine trimmed down too long.
Almost identical. One of the big lies that stood out for me though.
It's so raw.
Was when she pretended she was a vegan. I like that one.
Oh, that was great.
I have
Amber did that too.
Binging.
Been binging on peppers.
And I've been binging on
so many bell peppers.
Dairy.
Oh my god.
Chicken.
She would try
mainly
the
cheese,
keto
come on.
diet, vegan diet, everything. She tried every diet and none of it worked.
Water fasting.
It's not like she didn't have medical professionals helping her. She had loads of people helping her, and every time she thought she knew best. Well, imagine being morbidly obese. Morbid, death. Morbidly obese.
Death fat.
You know better than the medical professionals who are telling you exactly how to lose the weight.
Yep.
Probably the most ridiculous one for me is when she thought, I'm not going to lose weight by listening to medical professionals.
Is this going to be
instead,
I picked up the Medical Medium book, and yes, Medical Medium is... He apparently he's a medium, so he has a spirit guide.
The Medical Medium, which, by the way, I know literally zero about. I've never read it. I'm going to just go off the name being The Medical Medium. I am just going to assume it is right up there with, like, Pray Away the Gay level of, like, definitely, yeah, 100% it'll work, guys. Trust in me, it'll just do it. It'll work. I've got a ginger beard and jet black hair, Irish problems. See, I'm lucky. I don't really have, like, any ginger going on right now. I'm just, like, solid dark brown. However, because it's so dark, the grey hairs, they show up real easily, and I got called Mr. Salt and Pepper before, and that kind of hurt my feelings. Broke my heart a wee bit.
Who tells him what would make someone healthy, how they should eat, etc. So, number one, I don't think that people should just completely dismiss somebody who has over 1 million followers.
Well, Logan Paul has well over 1 million followers.
Yep.
Boogie has millions of followers, doesn't even know what they're talking about.
Well, he might not have millions for long. They were only at 3.99 now. We finally dropped below the 4.
Get to over 1 million followers. Subscribe now. I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't just listen to people because they've got followers.
Don't listen to us YouTubers, we're stupid as shit.
Followers. I know I've come to the Foodieverse much later than everybody else probably watching this has. But even if I was watching this in real time...
No, actually, no. I'm pretty new to the Foodieverse as well. It feels weird to say, though, that I have had this channel for just over a year now. It doesn't feel like a year. Like, it's gone by really fast. But yeah, I've had this channel for just over a year. And that's more or less as long as I've been into, like, Amber. And I've watched some Foodie Beauty stuff before, but not really, like, watched her, you know, actually watched her own videos.
I'm sure I would have known that.
Yeah, Seppi, I hated the Lockout podcast.
Her food addiction, she would tell us, would make her do things.
Would you like any fucking meatballs, I guess, with your sauce and with your cheese? Look how thick that's... This is why I say tomatoes suck. Look how thick and goopy that shit is.
Like, manipulate her order.
Thanks, stuff.
And that food addiction would also make her do more prostitute-y things.
Ooh.
I got desperate and called one of my lovers.
Oh.
I won't say which one. But
oh, is this Pete's where she got upset and she only let him touch her boobs because he forgot zingy sauce? Is that
I
it?
don't even remember which one. Oh, yes, I do. And anyway...
Bro, you're fucked exactly 3 people and 2 of them are your own fucking hands. Calm your fucking tits.
This is bad.
Oh my
this
god.
Is like low-key prostitution, but
well, it is. It was
offered
Pete's,
him
yeah.
foreplay if he would come over and bring me a couple of Whoppers.
I offered him foreplay. Like, you know, like, this story is probably real, and it probably is Pete's, because only Pete's would be sad enough, where if a girl said, we'll do foreplay, you know, it's like, oh, yeah, running round. It's like, is that it? Is that it, bro?
It was Whopper Wednesday.
Calm your tits is a great line. Calm your tits is works in every situation for every gender.
Just like all the other mukbang channels I've mentioned there. Foodie would hate it when our audience would do exactly what she asked them to do.
I'm saying this to you guys for accountability.
Calling right?
Help me through this journey. I really want to see this through.
If I fall off the wagon on my dog, so shoot me. You know, like, I'm trying here. You don't like it? Watch something else.
I'm gonna be starting treatment for my eating disorder. So, should go without saying that there won't be any more mukbangs. You come here for food, you come here for story. You don't come here to criticize.
Welcome to day 1.
I have a McFlurry Oreo, and I don't want to hear it. I want a McDonald's today, okay?
Foodie
I've
at
never
this
looked at
stage
you
to
think
me,
you want McDonald's.
nothing unique, just another lazy person who thought she was a hard
I'm
worker.
back, and I have Goobs. Are you happy, Goobs? Are you gonna be quiet now? Yeah? It's building up, I see it. Oh, no, okay. She's gonna be a good girl now.
And yes, it's just eating, but it still takes a lot of work, okay? I work almost all day on YouTube.
She always seemed to be telling her audience off with this angry, bitter tone.
I know it's just eating, but it is also a lot of work. I have to lubricate my throat with plenty of butter so it just slides down without me having to chew. Don't want to waste any calories on chewing.
And she was just an angry person in general.
You know what annoys me even more than that is probably that I can be, like, probably my anger. I anger very quickly, and I'm impulsive, so my anger and impulsiveness.
At least she was self-aware enough to realize she had an anger problem and that she was too impulsive. But even being self-aware enough to notice that, she wasn't smart enough to do anything about it.
Oh, Jesus.
Someone would even want to create the Chantal cycle.
Oh my god. Should I do a dramatic? Wait, okay. Step 1. We're definitely not finishing this before part 2 comes like, weight loss to 10. Weighing at 360, 370 pounds. It is weird that her weight is pretty much always that. She recently pretended she's gone down to like 340, I think. Calorie counting and or new fad diet / cleanse / fast / detox. It'll work this time. I know my body. Jesus Christ. That's a lot of things to know. She's basically like got a library in her body. Forgetting all the time she's failed this exact same diet in the past. 30-minute video lecturing viewers on the pseudoscience. You read some shady websites. Yep, the medical medium, yep, okay. Soft-spoken, healthy, grocery hauls and mukbangs. People will eat the rest of this. I have actually heard that several times. Even like when she was cooking during the water fast, she's like, I'm just making this for BB. And it's like, bro, really? Come on. Gym vlogs and fantasies about being 120 pounds. Number 2, breakdown. Community sex and purge. We've seen that once or twice. Video evidence she feel the dad and has been binging off camera. We've seen that once or twice. Blaming everyone else or actually we've seen that maybe only once. I don't know, I will take that out. That doesn't sound like our Mariam whatsoever. I have been seen discerning to be a drug addict, to take drugs in moderation. Oh my god, yes, I've heard this exact same one before. Everyone expects the journey to be perfect. That's happening in 2017 film Mukbang. Long late night rants complaining about haters. Oh my god. Are we in part 2? Are we part 2 right now? But just instead of it being like her diet cycle or something like that, is this her religious cycle? Are we in part 2 of this? Because the long late night rants sound about right now. Talking about disabling comments if they don't start panicking to it. Yep, sounds about right. Binge. Comments and video remains disabled. Well, she's been like that for a while. This isn't a weight loss channel anymore. I'm done with diets. This isn't a religious channel. She took out, when she became Foodie the Beauty, she took out all of the references to being a Muslim, and then people laughed at her and she put them back in again because, of course, beginning she's near diabetes. Well, we're past that one. Immobility, regular fast food mukbangs and off-camera binges. I can film mukbangs and still lose weight. I'll just count the calories. Oh my god, shrink you. Drop them to subscribe and viewer counts. My loyal followers always stick with me. I don't care. It's not involving me in drama, even though she's the one involving herself. Finally awakening. An emotional video involved crying and admitting she can't go on like this. Oh my god, it's her going back to Canada. Comments re-enabled, soft and vulnerable tone of voice. I'm going through a lot right now. Apologies to people she's attacked and hurt. Admitting it was wrong to go back to filming mukbangs while dealing with binge eating disorder. Talks about getting professional help with Derby. I'm not going to give myself and plans on starting a new diet. There we go, guys. Woo! No breathing.
She would start a new weight loss journey, fail,
Beautiful.
then take it out on her audience, tell us she was done with weight loss.
We're 100% at the end of stage 2 with the religion thing. I don't know. Because she's like, it's like, we're like here. And she's about, like, right when we get to this point, that's when she takes off the hijab.
And she'd be upset, telling us she needed to change, and on it went. Just never learning from her mistakes.
Nope.
I know Amberlynn's going through the same thing with her eating disorder. People are waiting for her to come back, like piranhas, and they're waiting for her to...
Well, at least she's not vultures. She's changed her tone.
And when you have an addiction, you relapse. And even if she's not getting the help she needs right now, and I don't feel like you should shame and hate on somebody who's going through that.
I'll never understand these channels that do that. And there's loads of them, it's not just her.
Oh, exercise queen.
Come on, guys, come be invested in my journey.
God, it's the exact same park, glittering. Oh, look at the fucking, Jesus Christ, that's so deep. The deepest cleavage I've ever seen. This is the park Glitter and Lasers was in for her pretend documentary.
Oh, you're invested in my journey. Screw you! Why? They do it over and over. It boggles my mind.
It's why I don't do the parasocial thing.
When I hear one of these
what is
channels
she doing with her legs? Is she doing a little fucking dance when she's like bending there? What the fuck?
I'm gonna do it this time.
The size of her head. This is such a mean thing to point out.
Am I still on a weight loss journey? Not predominantly. I'm not gonna say like.
Not predominantly.
I'm not gonna say
what?
I gave up
what does that even mean?
Because I'm still maintaining.
There is a lot of...
Jamal Get Right is absolutely killing it. I haven't watched his most recent ones, but he's actually like in the gym now. He's done so well with his weight loss. He's actually in the gym doing like chest day and leg day and everything like that. Is she still alive, Hungry Fat Chick? She is, and she is just incredibly depressing to watch.
Personal reasons why I chose this decision. I have chosen to postpone weight loss surgery.
Oh my god, again?
Yes.
That was like 3 years ago.
I am going to be ending the water, or water only.
The water fast, no! I recognize you.
Everybody else.
I'm gonna come out and be really direct here. The water fast, that was easy as fuck. Like, I was genuinely stunned when she like only lasted the 5 days. And also at the same time, when I found out later on that apparently she admitted that she never actually did it. Water fasting was actually so incredibly easy. I had no issues with the water fast whatsoever. I was stunned that she made it seem like it was an actual battle. Especially the bit where she said she had to stop the water fast because, well, I'm just so busy in my real life. It's affecting my real life because I need to be out and about and more active. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I know Foodie does as well.
You know, getting used of our types of humor takes some...
Sugar-free candies? I don't eat that many.
So, we're very unique.
But at this stage, she's just the same as all the other mukbang channels I've covered.
You love when Dogger adds their input. Well, she's happy now because I think she's taking her shit, so she's up sleeping on the couch. So she probably's not going to give her input anymore. Is that right, Goobs? Didn't even open her eyes. Doesn't give a fuck now. Doesn't care about me anymore.
The only difference is she's pooped in a stranger's house.
Yep, just like Goobs. Goobs pooped in my mom's house. Let's go.
Foodie's bad attitude wasn't just reserved for her audience. It would come into play in her real life as well.
Husky cross. Slug.
Now be prepared, everybody, because we're about to hear another Foodie Beauty lie.
I haven't been completely honest with you guys, but
oh my god,
I told you guys that I left
that I love salad. And okay, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm actually lying. I don't really love salad.
I had left my job because I had a 1-year contract.
I don't really do anything right now.
Did you leave your job because you couldn't fit through the front door anymore? And the employer was like, "There's like, nah, it's not a reasonable request to get us to cut open this door for him and make it even wider." Sorry, that's not accurate.
I mean, I was on a 1-year contract. It's in another video.
How to do a salad in the garden. She had to do a salad in the garden. She also did a salad in my mom's kitchen the first time I brought her to meet my mom.
And it was a maternity leave, so I was kind of just like doing contract work for a while, and so that's over with.
Why do you look like a pineapple? Just out of purest curiosity. Did anyone fucking hear that? I think I had a stroke. Purest curiosity instead of purest curiosity. Holy fuck. Her pineapple head actually fucking melted my brain. Jesus.
Well, so now I'm kind of just, on unemployment. The truth
she looks real bad. She always looks real bad. But she looks like a pineapple there.
Had nothing to do with her attitude or the quality of work she did. No, it was something else. Can you guess what she blamed it on? I bet you can't.
And I felt like I was doing a good
Is it fat phobia? Or was the boss a woman and a bitch and jealous of her?
job. You know what I mean? It was the type of situation where no matter what you did, there was always something. It wasn't good enough. And I have a feeling that she just didn't want me there. You know what I mean?
It was
For
a
some
woman.
Reason, I don't know what. I don't know if she didn't like overweight people. She was a very health-conscious person.
Fat
always
phobia.
biking around Italy, blah, blah, blah.
No, she's always biking. Yes, like all healthy people were out there biking. She's always biking. Like a healthy people like King Cobra JFS, he rides his bike.
Eating her bean salad or whatever. And then she was kind of condescending, you know what I mean?
It was fat phobia. It was fat phobia
Of
all
course.
along. I should have guessed.
And jealousy. Go on, must be jealousy in there too.
Lots of that. Lots of fat phobia blaming. She loves a victim card. Loves it.
She does.
Where can I get one of them? I love the fact that she says a boss
I take the victim card because she called you Mr. Cardigan. That's pretty mean.
was condescending. Right after she was condescending about a boss being all healthy. I like
Oh my
that
god,
one.
the sweet
Not very
peppers.
self-aware, that's
Oh wait, those are did I watch this? I feel like I saw that exact same hand lift up that exact same packet of sweet peppers.
why she thinks it's not okay for anyone to judge her weight, her lifestyle, how she does anything, especially regarding food. But then she feels fine just talking about a boss and saying she was always healthy. She was always eating bean salad.
The
and
bitch.
biking. You can't do that. Well, I mean, you can. It'll make you look like a hypocrite. Well, it'll make you a hypocrite. Maybe I'm being harsh though. I don't know. I wasn't there. Maybe I'm being harsh.
Well, to be fair, Mr. Snowflake, you look like you might be able to ride a bicycle, so she probably hates you as well.
Maybe she was actually fine because she was
Hey,
fat.
Salty Spittoon. How come Salty Spittoon shows up the second I start talking about like a fucking pineapple and SpongeBob and shit like that? That's weird.
Foodie's own words.
Her just always berating my work. Like, that's where I'm kind of immature. If something pisses me off and is not going right, I become very discouraged, and I just don't give a shit anymore.
So very
I started to
narcissistic
lose
then.
motivation to come to work. So I called in sick a lot. I had a talk with my boss a little while.
Maybe that's why she disliked you. Maybe if she was fat phobic, maybe she thought you're like a stereotypical fat person because you show up, you probably stole everyone else's lunches from the fucking fridge, and then you call in sick all the time, and it's probably you just like deep breathing, having to walk up every single flight of stairs, and you probably like farted in the elevator deliberately.
A while ago that it wasn't working out, and then she's like, "Well, I don't know what we're gonna do." So I just kind of coasted along, and I thought, I'll just.
This is like the weirdest mukbang because I'm waiting for her to fucking eat this, but she's just like fingering away at this. Like I think it's pizza or garlic bread or something like that instead of fucking eating it. I wish her normal mukbangs were like this, where she doesn't eat and she just sits there and bitches instead.
Deal with whatever happens. So my boss said.
She secretly loves him because he's attractive? Oh yeah, 100%. Like 100%. That's right. Like the only insult she had for him was Mr. Cardigan. Well, she also randomly did accuse him of sticking his like child in a fucking tumble dryer or something like that because she is actually insane. But yeah, 100%.
Immediately.
So the boss wasn't happy with her work. So then she started to coast along, didn't care, ringing in sick.
Not happy with
she's
work.
telling us the story.
So it worked
like
worse.
She's the one who's been wronged here. She's the victim.
Yep.
There's that victim card. Anyway, even after admitting how terrible she was at it.
Maybe I'm the opposite. Maybe it's just like if I ever feel like my boss isn't happy with my work, I work 3 times harder. Like 3 times harder to like prove to them I'm a good worker. If I ever even feel like they dislike it. Foodie's the opposite. Foodie is just like, oh, you don't like my work? Well, I'll give you a reason to not like my work. We'll stick at 1.25.
Still thought that she was unjust.
There's only 30 minutes left.
The termination letter, I still have it. Says nothing about calling in sick, nothing about being inadequate on the job. You know what the reason was?
You're fat?
They checked to go in and out of the parking lot. You have to use your badge to swipe in and out. They checked the parking lot badge swipes, and it was determined that I had left work early on a regular basis, which is absolutely bullshit.
Now, to be fair,
Very accurate.
That's wrong.
Hey,
She
Cal.
never left work early. and they're firing her for that. That's ridiculous, and she should sue.
I never got out of there early. Maybe 2 or 3 minutes, you know, on occasion.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
Technically not
Never mind.
about what happened, but it...
Yeah, she signed an
hated her
NDA,
fucking
a
laugh.
non-disclosure agreement. Now, I'm not no fancy city lawyer, but I'm pretty sure
You wearing a
that's
cardigan.
breaking the NDA, isn't it? Non-disclosure agreement.
Yeah.
And she's disclosed everything. This whole video, her talking about being fired, I think it's the perfect example of how her mind works.
Yes, it
or
is.
doesn't work. Because normal people will watch this and think, what are you talking about? You were awful. But in her mind, she's been hard done by. I also really liked the part where she was complaining about another doctor that she did some work for.
And he would call in sick a lot, so I had to rebook his patients a lot, and he was
That's what
already
he did.
jam-packed. And when you're dealing with people with mental disabilities and schizophrenia, they become very anxious. They need to see their doctor, you know?
She calls in sick a lot and then
What? But that's what. Okay.
complains that somebody else is calling in sick a lot.
Yeah, like what
Is
the
it
fuck?
just me, or is she starting to sound legitimately insane now?
She is.
That
yes.
is that's nuts, isn't it? It's not just me. Anyway, after she was fired for her boss's fat phobia, she lived off the settlement. She got a big settlement from work. She lived off unemployment.
Why would she get a settlement from work? Like, did she actually get a settlement from work? Like, what would she get a settlement from work for? She was like fired for leaving work early, and she did actually leave work early. Do you see FOG's gift for Chantel? It was a 2-minute video of all the cells of fair text. No, I did not. I haven't checked it out because like I was at work earlier on today, and then like I kind of came home and just rushed to get this one going. No, I didn't. I'll have to check it out afterwards. Sounds
Worked
great.
as a security guard. She lived off him as well. And that's
poor
what
baby.
gave her the chance to sit at home, stuff in her face.
We might
But
put
it all
something
worked out in the end.
1.5
I was actually
to
happy
finish
with
this in
that.
time.
I'm
We
like,
might be
you
able
know
to make it.
what? On a positive note, all things happen for a reason.
Yeah, the reason you were fired was because you were crap at your job. Let's not pretend the
You left work
universe
early?
had this big master plan for you. Crap at your job, got fired.
She's unfairly laid off. Did she actually argue the point? I bet you're like fat phobic or something like that, and actually people were convinced about it.
It's an open and shut case.
They got her settlement. That's well. Do you know what? She doesn't sound like a victim there.
She had a terrible
Julie.
attitude at work. She had a horrible attitude with her own audience. Surely
That was
she
work.
would have been a bit nicer too. I don't know. Her own mother.
Oh.
No.
I'm curious about this.
Living in a group home when I was like 16, 17. I was sent there by my mom. She was a single parent. She didn't really know, you know, I was horrible. She had me young. She had me at 17. I was the only child. Well, I have a sister, but she was so young, you know.
I was the only child until the bitch came along, and then I introduced her to Mr. Tumble Dryer.
I was the only child for so long. I was 11 when she was born. I was a spoiled brat, plain and simple.
Yep.
When I didn't get my way, I freaked out. You know, that and your teen angst issues, daddy abandonment issues, and the list goes on. I think I just had, like, spoiled brat syndrome. I was sent to the group home following, you know, a major incident. One day I was fighting with my mom about something. I don't even remember. Probably at that time, because I wanted to go sleep at my boyfriend's.
Well, what's the major... Okay, I'm genuinely curious what the major incident, because I was like, I thought the reason she got sent to the group home, I've always heard people saying, oh, it's just reaction. She might have been talking shit just to upset her or something like that. But I remember, we're not going to watch part 2 together. He needs to get the views for that. So we're only going to watch up until his starts, and then you all go across, pin the comment above, so you guys can all go and watch his. So you all go and watch his winner. But I always heard from the reaction channels that the reason why she got sent to the group home was the tumble dryer thing, so I wonder what this story is.
To be allowed to screw him all
Oh,
over
she
the
stole
night
from
at
someone
me.
else? Well, fuck,
We were
of course.
fighting, you know, she went downstairs to full clothes. I came down a few minutes later. I emptied out half my bottle of, I think it
Oh,
was
this
Zoloft,
one!
antidepressants or something. Didn't work.
Oh, I've heard her say this story before. I totally forgot about it. Yeah, where she was like, okay, I'll let it play.
I threw
but
the bottle and said, I'm gonna kill myself. I took half the bottle.
Yeah,
And I hadn't. I really didn't.
She pretended that she was going to like end herself, I guess, and she pretended that she had already taken half it. Then she got taken to the hospital and was like worried that they were going to like check her stomach and find that she hadn't, that she had lied. So she then took it anyway. Like stupidest shit in the world.
You know, I never intended to really do it. I wanted attention. I knew that gave me power, threatening that. So
Why
she's
would
like,
you?
"What?"
Why would you
She
admit
was
this
freaking out, you know?
ever?
So she took me to the hospital.
I wouldn't care if this is on my deathbed and my great grandson was like, grandpapa, what was the stupidest shit you ever did in your entire life? I would still make up something instead of saying this because I'd rather die within no one knowing this.
I had the biggest nurse ever, like ever. She was a bitch.
So this is
What's
her
it all-
stealing Shannon's story. Okay, so she's stealing Shannon's story, and she is doing this. When this is like not even a good look. Like, why would you steal a story from someone? That's not a good look. It's like if I hear about the local flasher. It's like old man Jenkins has been showing his dick to the kids again, and I'm just like, oh, Fuck it. I'll pretend to be Old Man Jenkins on the internet for credit. Why the fuck would you do that?
Was she that bad? Out of the two of you, I bet you were the worst one.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Annoying nurse. Fake trying to end her own life to get power over her own mother.
Yeah.
It's a close one.
Close call.
She was like, "You're gonna drink this."
Big boss
drink. I think it was charcoal, and I was like, "Oh no, what if this? I really didn't take the pills. So what if the charcoal has a negative effect if you haven't taken any pills?
How would that have any effect? Like, remember, she's pretending like this happened when she was like, what, 17? How at 17 do you think charcoal will kill you if you haven't taken fucking pills? Is she stupid? Do you not realize like people do just eat charcoal sometimes because it apparently helps your stomach?
I actually better take the pills. So in the bathroom, I actually took some pills.
Greatest mistake was falling into Gorlworld. I love it. I don't regret a moment of it.
I was.
Yeah, you sound
Don't be Old Man Jenkins, guys.
You sound really awful.
And stupid.
Yeah, stupid too. Yeah, you sound stupid.
The homeless man stories lie too, for fuck's sake.
I just got really scared, and I was like, I had actually...
Don't lie.
I didn't really take them before, I just said that.
Okay.
But now I actually did. They put me in a room, make me drink that, and they decided...
Hi. Like, that's the bit with the story where how that doesn't make sense. So you're now in hospital, and they're giving you a charcoal drink to be like, okay, here, drink this, because you're apparently going to end yourself. You're end yourself idle. Because you took a bunch of pills. Did they let her keep the bottle afterwards? Did she take the bottle with her to hospital? And they're like, we're going to leave you alone to drink that. That doesn't make any sense. Surely, like, there would be a nurse standing beside her 24/7 to make sure she doesn't try and hurt herself. Wouldn't that be, like, make sense? But no, she is so fucking... Why is she so bad at stealing other people's stories and also making them stupider?
I was going to stay the night.
If you don't know the story...
I bet she loved the attention.
Doing this to her own mother. It can't get any worse than that. But it
dryer.
does.
So I was at like a children's hospital.
Okay.
But I was still in.
Oh, is this the anorexia girl?
Anorexic girl.
Yeah, I remember this.
Yeah. I made friends with her. She was being tube fed Ensure all day. Well, for her meals, not all day, but for her meals. And it was sad because her family would come often. You could tell her family really loved her. And they would bring her all
not like my family, the fucking ungrateful bastards.
Kinds of candy, big tubs. We're talking. We become friends.
Why would they bring her candy? Like I don't believe this story either. Like lying about it still makes you sound like mental. Like I realize I make a joke that she's like Cat Hitler, but like making up this stuff and not realizing it makes you sound like the worst person who ever existed is bizarre. But like she's anorexic and they're literally having to tube feed her apparently. Why would her family bring her candy? Why would they assume that would work?
It's like, man, those candies. I had said to her at some point, "Are you gonna eat those candy?" And I think she kind of caught on because she gave them to me. She gave me her candies.
Foodie Beauty, Mariam, Chantal Marie, whatever she's calling herself these days.
Foodie the Beauty. Thank you.
Watch this.
I love it's so actually relevant still.
Took food away from a young girl who was struggling with anorexia. That's nuts.
Yep.
That is nuts, isn't it? It's not just me. It's not even the worst thing she's done. It gets worse. What's wrong with her?
What is worse than that?
What's wrong with her?
I sounded like the BBJ thing. What actually is worse than that?
Oh yeah, she's a spoiled brat.
Yep,
her words, not mine.
Cat Hitler.
With no empathy. That was my word.
Oh. Dark cinematic transition. Oh, I love it.
So she treats her audience badly, her own mother badly, plays her work badly,
BB badly,
strangers suffering with anorexia badly.
BB?
Surely she would be nicer to, I don't know, her own sister.
Oh, okay, here we are.
Foodie's younger sister. I was in a video with her.
Is that her? Oh, okay. You know what? When I think of America, I think of that hat. I just think of that hat, okay? That's all I'm going to say. When I think of America, I think of that hat.
Foodie decided to...
She's a PDF file apologist. For Karate Joe? Is it for Karate Joe? Because I could believe it with Karate Joe, yeah.
This. I should mention that my little sis has a disability, thus the mildly antisocial behaviour.
I'm sorry, okay, well your sister might have mild antisocial behaviour. You have major antisocial behaviour. You're psychotic.
Like most people, if I didn't see this comment, I wouldn't have thought she has a disability or anything like that.
Yeah, why would you
so
bring it up?
Why she felt the need to
They're in Canada? I know they're in Canada, but I still just think America. Anytime I see a cap, I always think of America.
So I did think, oh, she's trying to be mean to her own sister, but then I thought, well, why would you be mean to your own sister? But then,
because it's Foodie, it's a woman.
Foodie, apparently, I've said that a lot, had been incredibly mean to her own sister.
Okay.
The post went up on Kiwi Farms from a woman named Kathy, who claimed she was friends with
Oh, this is Mana See Next Tuesday?
Her sister is a sweet girl, she would say, wouldn't hurt a fly. She grew up with Chantal telling her she was ugly and dumb. We would be eating and watching movies, and this poor kid would sit at a chair by the doorway where she couldn't even see the screen because Chantal wouldn't let her sit beside it on the couch.
I'm gonna say, looking at the size of Chantal, honestly, maybe she just couldn't fit on the couch of Chantal. Chantal seems to make two-seater couches seem like fucking armchairs. So maybe that's the reason, to give Chantal the tiniest bit of credit here. Yeah, I've heard of this Man I See You Next Tuesday person. I remember mentioning them once before, and someone was like, you know, oh, don't try and act like she wasn't a bad person. I have no idea. I don't know anything about her. I literally have heard people just like mention her and like hear that she said things and that Foodie Beauty had threatened to call like CPS on her. That's literally all I know about it.
Liz Cathy also went on to say, don't assume...
Rule 1, Chantal lies. Rule 2, Chantal's an idiot. Rule 3, if her mouth is moving, she is eating or lying. Rule 4, if confused, read rules 1 to 3 again. Fantastic.
She struggled because she's overweight. Chantal was part of the main clique in high school. She was never bullied, but did sleep with almost every boyfriend her friends had.
I don't know how much I believe that, because she's like ugly and a bad person, and she's not like funny or interested or anything like that. So I don't know if I believe that she like slept with every one of her friends' boyfriends. That doesn't sound like her, and she was never bullied. She comes across like someone who was heavily bullied. So I don't know if I buy this part of the story.
Her mother, Kim, worked for Red Cross with the disabled, and Chantal would mock and make fun of them.
Maybe that's where they got Chantal from. Maybe she just took her home one day.
Girls fat and obese when upset.
Yep, makes sense.
She put her mother through hell. The woman worked full-time raising a spoiled overeater and a disabled young girl who never even had the last piece of any dessert. Okay. Because Chantal had to have it, or she would tantrum. And the way Chantal picked on her sister always told her she was ugly and stupid. I always felt it was because her sister's dad married Kim when Chantal's dad ran when she was 2.
Yeah.
Now, just because somebody posts something online, obviously it doesn't mean it's true. In fact, most of the time when I see something posted, I think...
Mr. Carding, what are you saying? I heard specifically from Chantal that you said that this was a 100% factual story.
Nah, bet that's not true. However, for some reason, I'm going to say for some reason a lot with her, aren't I? For some reason...
Allegedly.
Foodie decided to send a childhood friend an email, and it's a lovely read. Okay. Actually, I won't read the whole thing.
Oh my god.
But it's on screen if you do want to read it.
Jesus Christ. Should I just do this? I guess I should just do this. We're definitely not going to make it on time. We're going to have to stop this early because we're coming up to it. So I'm just going to read this. Email Steve Chantal. Don't know how to screenshot on an light. What? So if you can help, I'll forward you the email for proof. The Chantal showed to me 1 day ago. Details. Okay, so if you could stop acting like a crazy teenager and creating 100,000 fake accounts trying to harass me, that would be wonderful. You are taking this way too far, and guess what? It is all your fault. You started this. You flipped out because you see that I called one of my trolls an exceptional individual in the figurative sense a long time ago in self-defense, yet I have screenshots of me saying that it's you on Facebook as a joke, but that time it was okay, right? All bullshit excuses from you to be pissed for no reason because you have self-hatred issues, which is why you used to cut yourself and threaten to end yourself, and now you're taking it out on me, the innocent Mariam. You sit there and talk about my eating disorder with my trolls, but what about the self-harm you ought to do? Again, don't come for me unless your closet is clean, which it is not! I never mentioned anything about grape, etc. You are making shit up now. You're in the wrong here. As a friend, if you were offended by something I said a year ago, for fuck's sake, all you had to do was message me on Instagram, but instead, like a coward, you blocked me and become my biggest troll. How would you feel if your kids were being bullied online? Our friendship is over, if we ever had one, which is apparent to me we never did. But it's so low of you to bring up 20 years of information, most lies and exaggerations. It's not that we talk about in confidence and friendship. You have no boundaries, and you have no morals, and you have no soul. You're in a very dark place, and I would go for help if I were you. Tell me, how as a parent do you have time to set up for forms with edgy names like Man I See You Next Tuesday when you're a single mother or two? What kind of example are you setting for them? I know you're in Yarmouth, and I still have all the screenshots of their harassing you been putting me through for what? A lousy comment I made? Poof! Go cry in a corner for fuck's sake and grow up! You've always been a whack job, and all Cornwall knows that. If you ever mention another thing about me online, I will be checking. I will be sending all the screenshots to Child Protective Services in your time and to the authorities for harassment. This has gone on too far. Enough is enough. And by the way, honey, BB has its permanent residency, so shove your threats up your fucking ass! And sure, a lot of online idiots hate me. Hell, at this point, with the time they spend on me, it's a fucking fan club. And you can now say you're just as low as they are. Congratulations. So, there you go. That is my reading of Passion of the Christ, or as I like to call it, Passion of the Mariam. Yeah, I do actually. I'm not gonna lie. I like the dramatic readings more than I like pretty much anything. So there we go. She's extra jarly. I put a lot of extra slobber in my lower lip. I wanted it to sound accurate, and I think every time I speak as Chantel, I change the voice.
It's Foodie being very angry that Kathy started all this.
I actually don't believe you whatsoever. I think she came across as like very modest during that entire thing, and she came across like a normal person.
She says in the email, Kathy has self-hatred issues.
Oh, okay.
She goes on to talk about how Kathy...
I might as well not have read it then. Is Goober crying? Goober hasn't even lifted her fucking head. She's still sleeping.
God, who would threaten suicide?
This is the sad thing. Goober is used to this shit. Goober thinks like this is just normal ass behavior.
Can you imagine, Foodie? Can you imagine anybody
So I was
doing
close to Nixon? Oh, I did actually,
I'm gonna kill myself. I took half the bottle.
Oh my god.
And I hadn't. I really didn't.
I think eating like half a bottle for you, I think would do less damage than those fucking corn dogs because of how fucking big you are. Gonna need you to read all my emails like that because you're perfect. No problem, Tay. Thank you very much for the super chat. I should do a cameo, and it's just you guys sending me like paragraphs of text you want me to dramatically read. Just give me a general hint of like what kind of voice you want.
No, I faked a suicide attempt because I was desperate for
Goober's like, whatever she is.
Foodie goes on to say our friendship
She's
is
actually turned her
over.
head away now. She's like, nah, I'm even more whatever.
She has a problem with Kathy's online name being Manic.
Oh.
And I found the only people who have a problem with the word
Excuse
are the
me.
ones who act like c***.
Yes, exactly.
Also, Foodie goes on.
He understands me. He understands me. He understands what it's like to be Irish. It's a term of endearment. Unless you're a bad person, then it really isn't a term of endearment, but we'll call you it either way.
On to threaten Kathy with child protective services.
Yeah. So it's
to
reasonable.
get her kids taken away from her.
Because she
if
was
ever
mean
mentions
online.
Anything about her in the future. This one hurt me brain for a bit.
Yep.
I'll admit. Because I like part of the fun. Part of the intrigue is when I'm making these videos on people is trying to understand why they do what they do. Is it something from childhood? Is it whatever it is? I like trying
Do you know what, Mr. Snowflake? You were right earlier on. It's because she's a see you next Tuesday. That's what she does.
to figure it out. As an armchair psychologist. And I just couldn't figure this one out. Why you would threaten to have somebody's kids taken away because they dared speak out against you online.
Because they have a Kiwi Farms account.
Think she's amazing.
I'm like prettier than
oh my god.
like 90% of people on YouTube.
This is literally my introduction to her, because that shot of her was her sitting outside that fucking hotel. I'm 100% convinced of that. The sad thing is, she still, like, unironically believes this, because she still, like, said it, like, to this day. It's like, what, you know, like, why should she be able to have kids when she's online posting vile things about me? That she still believes that to this day. She hasn't changed her opinion. That wasn't, like, a moment of anger thing. It was, like, a deep-seated actual belief.
I'm gonna call Child Protective Services on you. And you know what? I stand by that. I don't think that usernames...
I thought she just had like a little puff of hair. I didn't realize that was a ponytail in the back. I thought that was just like a little puff of fucking hair.
It's like manic.
I've been watching way too much fucking sumo recently.
To harass people.
My God.
Deserves to have kids.
She was going to get this woman's kids.
You don't deserve to have kids because you have a screen name I don't like.
Taken away from her.
She's mental.
For daring to speak out against her on the internet.
She thinks she's hot shit, yeah.
Or was she?
Because she
Yeah,
is.
of course I'm not going to call Child Protective Services.
That would
She's
take
never had any
effort.
intention to get this woman's kids taken away from her. I don't...
It's like the story with, you know, like FFG going to the dispensary. And feel about that however you guys want to feel. I'm not your dad. I'm not going to tell you how to feel about it. But like, Foodie Beauty said, I'm going to get that person fired. You got that person fired, FFG, because of what you did. And then it was revealed that FFG, like, didn't really do anything because, like, she was all over the place with her story. And then it was like, well, I'm going to do something maybe about it. And it's like, oh, wait, so you didn't even, like, do anything about it. Like, you just didn't follow up on that, like, whatsoever. You just tried to threaten and tried to, like, guilt FFG and say you got someone fired when you like didn't even do anything.
I don't know what's true anymore. I don't know what's a lie and what's not.
I feel you, Mr. Cardigan.
I don't even think Foodie knows what's a lie. I think she just says things in the moment and then calms down later and then thinks, right, what can I do next?
Talking about me online, I don't know. That hurt my feelings.
Aww,
I need to.
That's mean. That hurt my feelings.
Work on building a better opinion about myself so I don't let others get to me and become so defensive.
Yep.
You know?
Yep, exactly.
I don't get her.
I believe that.
But I think she's definitely jealous of her sister.
She's pretty than me? Oh, God. Well, she is my queen. I will never pretend I'm less pretty than her, because I am part of the 90%. I am part of the lowly 90% that she reigns over.
Actually, you're getting all your mom's attention as a young one. You don't want to share it.
Oh, well, there you go. That's right.
To take pills.
Julie Bean, thank you very much for the super chat. Oh, Sicker, hey you. Hello to you as well. Thank you very much.
Now as an adult, is pretending to get some woman's kids taken away from her. Has she really changed from being a kid to an adult?
Nah, not really.
It's do some more armchair psychology. It's Arrested Development again. It's what we've seen with Amber. She's just the same as Amber, just
angrier,
more off-putting.
Yeah.
Imagine that. One of the worst stories I heard, and it is a story.
It's weird because she's probably like less mature. Amber like deliberately acts immature, in my opinion. Amber like deliberately tries to act like a teenager that she saw on like TikTok. Like Amber deliberately does that. Foodie like unironically does that, which is so much weirder because Foodie is like Foodie just did she just turn 40 today? Is she 40 or is she 39 today? She's 40 today, isn't she? So she's like 40 and Amber's like what 32, 33 or something like that. So like Foodie is unironically acts younger, is older than her, is smellier than her, is grosser than her, sucks more than her, gets less dick than her, which is really weird because Amber's a lesbian, but somehow I'm still sure she probably gets more dick than Foodie does.
Sorry, I'll explain why in a second.
Doesn't mind that she's 40? Yeah.
Which sounds just psychotic. But because she deletes so much of her content, there's no proof of it out there.
Amber does that.
Maybe it's been found by the time you watch this. But yeah, she deletes so much that all the horrible stories, or a lot of the horrible stories, haven't stood the test of time. They've been deleted. So everything I say in this and everything I show you that Foodie does, there's probably more. There's probably more awful stuff. Yeah. But even if I can't prove the whole Sister Dryer incident, even without that, it sounds like she hasn't been a great big sister.
Yeah, there you go. Weird, because I heard that he said it definitely happened, factually 100%.
Nobody is safe from Foodie's treatment. Not even, and I hate to say it, not even our ex-lover, and now best friend, Pete.
I thought we were going back to
Phoebe. About this guy. I was still with my ex, Pete. Things were not going well in my relationship.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Has he got like a Flavor dollar fucking bill hanging out? The fuck? Is that like a satin shirt that's 6 sizes too small? Why is his head so big? Oh my god, he looks like Ricky Burke if he could stand up. What the fuck? His jeans aren't even straight, or is he twisting his body? Why is his dick over here? Oh my god. What? No wonder he got... oh my god, no wonder he got with Chantel. Oh god. Has anyone ever seen this before? Oh, that's creepy. He even's got like a grapist fucking little mustache going on.
I was attention starved.
Oh my god. Is he wearing a cross as well? I thought he hated religion.
And he was just...
oh my god. This is like... oh, you know why I always call Chantel like a big old bin bag? Because she sits there looking like a big old overstuffed bin bag. This is like the bin bag before you put all the shit in it.
Leaning against like this bar thing.
Oh my god, look at him.
He was like staring at me.
It doesn't even look like him yet, it doesn't.
And he was receptive to that. So anyway, I ended up getting his number.
He was receptive to me speaking to him. Why do you make him sound so incredibly autistic? Like, I realize he is, but it's like, he was receptive to me speaking to him. Makes him sound like he is genuinely, like simple.
So I decided to call him. I was bored at work. You know, I was done my work and everything.
I bribed him with X-Men comics.
And he was surprised me. He's like, why don't you come up? I went into the work bathroom.
Why don't you come and sit on my...
soap to, like, freshen up, you know?
What?
Finally found his building.
There's no way.
Fat joint. You know, the second the joint goes out, I look over. I'm putting it out in the ashtray. I turn my head and there's a big boner in my face.
What?
Really enjoyed himself. It was like...
okay, firstly, I just don't believe that the word big and boner has ever gone together with Pete's like at all, apart from in his fucking fan fictions. I'm sorry. I think Pete is like an actual fucking micro dick. I think he is like the baby dick picture from fucking like Scary Movie 1. There's literally no chance there was a big boner. And I'm sorry, I do not think Pete's is forward enough to be like, yeah, how about you come freshen yourself up in the bathroom? And I was sitting there smoking a doobie and I turn around and it's just a big old dick in my face. It's like, no fucking chance, sir.
2 minutes long. We just eventually drifted apart because I met Phoebe, and then I fell in love with Phoebe, and it was like I had been seeing this guy, you know, almost a few times a week. He's like,
I've been seeing this cool guy in a black satin shirt.
I don't know, he offered, you know? He was a gentleman, I guess, I don't know.
No.
I would go
ultimate
out several
gentleman.
times. I mean, gas is not cheap, you know.
She cheated on Pete with multiple men, none at the same time. Well,
Understandable.
maybe, I don't know, I wasn't there.
Well, probably at the
I
same
wasn't
time,
there,
yeah.
honest. And one of those men,
I wasn't there, honest.
BB, who she would start a relationship with.
It was very wrong of me to do that, to sneak around and talk to BB for like 2 weeks.
Cool.
And I did fall in love with him in that short amount of time, by the way.
No matter how badly she would treat Pete, though, he would always be there for her.
Apparently Pete's as well died on like her robo-husband. I'm trying to remember Salah's dick, because I only saw it censored, and I remember it not being a large censor bar. I'm not gonna go looking for it, because I'm sure I still have it. For some reason, saved on my computer, I'm sure I still have a picture of Salah's dick on my computer for some reason. But I also have a picture of Boogie298's dick. We believe, we're not sure. Boogie, that's allegedly, it's a picture of your dick. Because it's the sugar baby that he was, more than likely paying at the time. And it was her sucking a very fat person's dick. And it wasn't overly large as well. So I'm assuming it was Boogie's.
Times Pete would tell me, even if you don't love
Weirdly, I've got a picture of Salah's dick, Boogie's dick, not Pete's dick, thank fuck. But weirdly, I have, but probably for like the best, I have no naked pictures of Chantal on my computer, like whatsoever, because I still have never seen, at least from my memory, and I'm sure I would remember it unless like we're talking like PTSD, my brain has like shut it out. I still don't think I've ever seen the Peeps bathtub one.
Love me anymore.
Okay, then Vosh, fuck off.
Even if you don't love me anymore, and you wanted to see someone else, I would be totally cool with that. I would be cool with.
Well, we are both fans of Whole Life, apparently.
One time she would even throw a chair out of jealousy when with Pete.
I remember throwing a chair because someone said Grace Kelly was better looking than me.
I mean, to be fair, Pete, what were you thinking?
Yes.
Grace Kelly?
I know.
Better looking than Foodie Beauty.
I know, like, imagine the fucking gall of him. I just, like, doesn't that show, like, the art? Isn't, like, the Kino? Like, that's, like, the top of the line. She's a fucking crazy bastard, like, when she actually got upset about that.
Mate. You know, it's not like
You see the
Pete didn't know
bathtub? Oh,
everything
so at least you saw
that happened,
censored
all the
ones.
cheating. She told him everything. She told him absolutely everything. And he still wanted to be with her. But I liked Pete at this stage, so it is sad to see him be treated like this. It is sad.
I hope you don't have social media. I do have social media. I'm very good at avoiding seeing weird pictures, so I'm not. But, like, I'm sure I'll see it. I'm sure I'll see it at some point. It's like the rite of passage in Foodie Beauty is to see, like, her fucking vagina or to see her in a bathtub full of peeps with, like, tits hanging into, like, it was like red water or something like that. It was like bloody water.
I don't think.
Guys, we've got 3 minutes to watch 26 minutes of content. We can make
She
it.
deserved them then. And even she would agree she didn't deserve them.
I did end up confessing everything to him, but I said I was going to go to a friend. She invited me over last
Look how big his head is. He's like a Sasquatch back there.
minute. It's like, okay, he was so easygoing, Poor guy. Such a good
Autistic
guy.
is the word.
I didn't deserve him.
I feel bad for Pete.
Why is he just sitting there? He's sitting there like a fucking hitman. He's like her bodyguard or something like that. It's just the constant stare, arms like high folded. Because like people fold their arms sometimes. You can fold them like kind of low, kind of like a belly button level you really fucking want to. You can fold your arms pretty low. He is like super high, like I'm a bouncer guarding a door kind of pose. Like I'm trying to make myself look bigger for the camera.
And to an extent, I do feel a little bad for Foodie.
Or why am I collecting peens? You'll never understand the dark wizardry behind why I collect pictures of celebrity penises, apparently.
Serious things.
Can I ask about the abortion? Yeah,
I'm not gonna make any jokes about this.
Yeah, I was scared. I was for the first one. I think I maybe missed a pill or something like that. And then
First one, I thought you only had one.
Second one, I was just stupid. It's covered in.
No, how unlike you.
I wasn't sure who's kidding. I was pretty sure it wasn't BB's because of the timeline, and
I thought she only spoke to BB.
I thought she never cheated on Pete. Well, okay. Okay, whatever.
The last spoke.
You've seen Wings' peen? Really? I didn't know there's a Wings dick pic. I don't want to see that one. Like, please don't. But I didn't actually think so.
To BB for the last few weeks of the Pete's relationship.
It was very wrong of me to have started talking with BB.
It was.
Before breaking up with him. I thought 24
wrong
weeks.
For you to do like
3
most
months?
things.
I did cheat on Pete's with BB, yeah.
Attaboy.
I knew before starting this Foodie series that she'd have a whole host of health problems. Just from making videos on other people like her. Amber, Nick Ricardo, Hungry Fat Chick. They've all got health problems. And that's
there we go.
Just
That's it.
Rubbish.
It has started, guys. The countdown has started. There's 2 minutes left. There is 2 minutes left. So, unfortunately, that is going to be us, guys. The pinned comment, right at the top, the pinned comment, guys. that is across to part 2 for this. Unfortunately, we didn't get finished. We are 52 minutes 52 minutes and 45 seconds. I can math sometimes, guys. Mr. Snowflake's part 2 is starting, guys. Like I said, pinned comment. I think it's also in the description of this video if you want to go down. Part 2, go across. I think, like you said, I had about 5,000 or so last time. Want to make sure we smash that number. Will I be watching? Maybe not, because, like I said, I want to do like a reaction like further down the line for it. But I heard apparently I'm in it like pretty early in the start, so maybe I'll watch until I'm in it and go like, hey guys, that was me, and then that would probably be me leaving it. So yes, guys, that is going to be it. I'm going to end the stream here. I'm going to send you all across there. I was going to do a redirect, but unfortunately Mr. Snowflake isn't set up to accept redirects. So pinned comment, it's in the description, part 2. Everyone go across there. We're at the 1 minute countdown, guys. Everyone go across. Show some love. I don't know, drop potatoes in the chat or something like that. Tell him you like him. Tell him you like his cardigan. Rate his cardigan out of 10. Everything like that. That's going to be it, guys. Have a good one. Take care of yourselves.